The One Piece live-action series has landed on Netflix and it sparked a burning question amongst the fans. Is it any good? The short answer is yes, but it's far from perfect and not a strict adaptation. Given its 8-episode format, it's essential to consider that certain liberties were taken, leading to pacing challenges and some material being omitted. Nevertheless, despite its flaws, it's safe to say that it's broken the anime live-action curse. So let's go ahead and start with the positives and then we'll get real critical with the criticisms, because trust me, I have some things I gotta get off my chest. Set design and world building. One of the standout features of the series is the stunning set design and world building, which beautifully brings Eiichiro Oda's vision to life. From Logtown to Baratie, Alvida's ship to even Buggy's circus tent, every location looks fantastic. Dark tones? The series, though often fun and lighthearted, pleasantly surprises viewers, myself included, with its darker side. In the first 15 minutes alone, we witness violence, including the murder of Roger and Kobe cleaning up the aftermath of Alvida's victim. Zoro's decapitation of Mr. Seven and Buggy's chilling act of chaining up a sacked village are particularly disturbing highlights. The bounty reveals, the fourth wall breaking bounty reveals, are a cool and engaging aspect of the show. The way they coincide with each pirate's introduction and how the bounties are torn or tossed aside by the respective pirate is incredible. Characters. Inaki Godoy's portrayal of Luffy captures the essence of the beloved manga character. The way they coincide, the rest of the cast including Emily Rudd, Makenyu, Taz, and Jacob Gibson shine in their respective roles. Jeff Ward's performance as Buggy stands out as one of the best aspects of the entire live-action series, which is pretty ironic considering that was the thing when the first live-action teaser trailer dropped. Everyone was overly critical of Buggy. Serup Village. The haunted mansion vibes in episode 3 and 4, featuring the Straw Hats' visits to Kaya's mansion, adds an exciting element to the series. But speaking of Serup Village, let's go ahead and now discuss the criticisms I have with the show. So speaking of Serup Village, in the manga, Usopp's character is elevated during this arc, where his heroic actions have a significant impact on his potential crewmates. However, in the live-action adaptation, Usopp's role in his own arc lacks the same level of impact and character development. The emotional scenes that should have been centered around Usopp are instead divided between Nami and Kaya and Zoro's backstory, which could have been better played somewhere else in the series. For instance, Zoro's flashback about his ambition to become the greatest swordsman feels disconnected when it's inserted during his struggle to get out of a well, which comes across as rather goofy. Come on, it's goofy. But to be fair, Serup Village was always kind of like the arc a lot of people are like whatever on. Character relationships. The live action series presents a somewhat dicey aspect concerning the dynamics amongst the Straw Hat crew at the beginning, specifically Luffy, Zoro, and Nami. Initially, when they come together to pursue a common goal, which was to acquire the map of the Grand Line, that transition from reluctant allies to a tight-knit crew happens rather quickly in the series. For instance, when both Nami and Zoro initially resist joining Luffy's crew, making it clear they aren't interested in becoming part of the team, this reluctance is well in line with their respective characters, and it's entirely reasonable. However, somewhere in the middle of episode 2 or 3, they suddenly drop their reservations and begin treating each other as true shipmates. What raises questions is a particular moment when Nami addresses Zoro, referring to him as the first mate and demanding that he speaks to Luffy about a certain issue. Especially just an episode prior, she didn't want to be associated with the crew at all. It's not that Luffy's enthusiasm for forming a crew and egging Nami and Zoro isn't in line with this character, it is. The issue lies in the abruptness and shift in Nami and Zoro's attitude. They initially had strong reservations, but suddenly those reservations seem to vanish entirely. In contrast, when Usopp and Sanji joined the Straw Hats in the later episodes, that definitely feels more organic. The earlier interactions amongst the Straw Hat members could have benefited from a few more instances or episodes of them gradually warming up to each other, which would have made their transition from strangers to a close-knit crew feel more believable, but that's whatever. Kobe and GARP. The live-action adaptation emphasizes the roles of Kobe and GARP, providing them with significant screen time. While this is a welcome addition, it somewhat overshadows the exploration of Kobe and Luffy's contrasting goal as a marine and pirate respectively. The revelation that they are related, GARP being Luffy's grandfather, also diminishes the conflict almost entirely, as it becomes evident that GARP's primary concern is protecting his grandson rather than capturing him for the Marines. The fight sequences. While many fight sequences are without a doubt fantastic, there are some that look a bit overly choreographed. For example, the battle between Shanks and his crewmates near a dock lacks intensity and feels more like a stage performance than a genuine fight. Similarly, Zoro getting incapacitated by a beer bottle is inconsistent with his demonstrated combat skills throughout the series. We see him battle Mihawk, being pushed by the impact of Mihawk's sword, etc., and then a beer bottle just knocks him out. Like, Come on, the emotional moments. For better or for worse, the live action series translating iconic emotional moments from the source material is a hit or miss for me. For example, Shanks sacrificing his arm to protect Luffy from the Sea King lacks the emotional depth. In this pivotal scene, it fails to convey the profound guilt and responsibility that Luffy feels in the manga. But I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I think the kid actor who played Luffy was kind of a miss. But at the end of the day, he was a kid actor. Speaking of Luffy, Inaki Godoy's performance as Luffy is generally commendable. However, there are moments when it feels off. For instance, in episode 7, when he hands Nami the straw hat and enthusiastically shouts, "Of course I will!" In any other context, this moment might be mistaken for someone attempting to parody the source material rather than capture the authentic essence of the character. Similarly, when Zoro declares that he will never lose another duel after losing to Mihawk, the live action series falls short of capturing the weight of this critical moment. While Makenyu delivers a commendable performance as Zoro, his portrayal lacks the impact and gravity that this declaration carries in the source material. As a fan, I'm critical because I love the source material, so I'm really curious to know, with those specific things I pointed out as criticisms, for someone who has never seen the series, do the points I raised really matter or even notice in the first place? In contrast, certain emotional scenes do work well in the live action adaptation. For example, Nami receiving Luffy's straw hat in the final scene with the Straw Hat crew touching their feet in the barrel evoke genuine emotions and resonate effectively with viewers, rekindling the spirit of the source material. These moments successfully captured the essence of One Piece and its themes of camaraderie and adventure for me, and reignited the flames of passion I had for the series even more. Real quickly, the portrayal of Zeph's actor was truly remarkable. Even if Luffy's kid actor was kinda iffy, I found that Sanji's flashback in the live action adaptation had a stronger emotional impact compared to its manga counterpart for me. But overall, the One Piece live action adaptation on Netflix offers both positive aspects and areas for improvement. It successfully brings Oda's world to life, introduces engaging characters, and captures the essence of the beloved manga. While it's not without its flaws, it still manages to break the anime live action curse. Season 2 is definitely right around the corner. I'm telling you, I feel it. If you're a fan of the series, it's worth giving it a watch. And considering it was #1 in like 84 plus countries, outbeating Wednesday and Stranger Things, then you know we truly have something special. But let me know what you guys think. Take care.